Hello and welcome to the campaign trail from the Irish Examiner. I'm Daniel McConnell.
And I'm Mick Clifford. All this week ahead of the election 2020, we'll be taking a look at all of the runners and riders in each of the 5 Cork constituencies.
We will be examining the lie of the land in each area and crucially delivering our verdict as to who we think will fill the 18 seats from Cork in the 33rd Dáil.
Today we're looking at the constituency of Cork North Central. This is a 4-seat constituency and there are 18 candidates competing.
Crucially, Mick Barry of Solidarity People for Profit is the only candidate of the class of 2016 who's standing again. In addition to him, the others competing are Colin Burke of Fine Gael, James Coughlin of the Workers' Party, Tony Fitzgerald of Fianna Fáil, Thomas Gould of Sinn Féin, Sinead Halpin of the Social Democrats, Timothy Hogan, Independent, Ger Keoghan, Independent, John Maher of the Labour Party, Oliver Moran, a local Green Party councillor in Cork City, Sandra Murphy, Fianna Fáil, Dermot O'Cada, Independent, Stephen O'Donovan, Independent, Kenneth O'Flynn, who's also an independent but crucially an ex-Fianna Fáil, Sean O'Leary, an independent who's actually standing in 11 different constituencies across the country, mainly in the Cork area, Lorraine O'Neill of Fine Gael, Padraig O'Sullivan, who of course won that by-election for Fianna Fáil in November, and Fintan Toomey of Aontú.
Now, the TDs elected here in 2016 were Fianna Fáil's Billy Kelleher, Solidarity's Mick Barry, Sinn Féin's Jonathan O'Brien and Fine Gael's Dara Murphy. As we said, Mick Barry is the only one who is standing again. Billy Kelleher is gone to European Parliament, Jonathan O'Brien has decided to leave politics, and Dara Murphy has moved to a plum job with the Bulgarian Commissioner in the EU. In the by-election last November, following Billy Kelleher's departure, Councillor Padraig O'Sullivan won the convention and ultimately took the seat for Fianna Fáil, despite a strong enough challenge from Colin Burke of Fine Gael. Burke's hopes of finally making it to the promised land of the Dáil have also been dented by the manner of Dara Murphy's departure to Europe and what some would describe as his less than stellar performance as a TD since 2017.
And it was interesting, Mick, that the Taoiseach this weekend cited that Dara Murphy's the manner of his departure has made life more difficult for not only Colin Burke but Lorraine O'Neill, their second candidate there in North Central.
I think there's no question that in Cork City it has definitely been a major talking point ahead of and during the election campaign. So Danny, how do you see it?
Okay, Mick, the verdict as I see it, Padraig O'Sullivan did a really good job, I thought, of keeping that Kelleher seat for Fianna Fáil. Now, Billy Kelleher, or as Billy One-Seat Kelleher, as he'd been called by Malcolm Byrne, always polled very strongly here, but was always guilty of being what's known as a quota squatter. He never really shared out his vote. But I see O'Sullivan keeping that seat this time round, so that's 1 seat for Fianna Fáil. Jonathan O'Brien had a safe seat here, I thought, for Sinn Féin, having grounded out since 2011, but he decided that he had had enough of politics. His replacement, Thomas Gould, in my view, is not quite the same kind of operator, may not be as prolific or as energetic, but given the Sinn Féin insurers that's clearly at play here, I think that seat is also safe. That's 2. This is where it gets a little trickier, I think. I would have said a week ago or 2 weeks ago that Tony Fitzgerald, his running mate, was in line for a second Fianna Fáil seat, but given the fact that you've got Sandra Murphy there as well and Kenneth O'Flynn, who essentially is of the Fianna Fáil gene pool, I just have a sense that Fianna Fáil vote may be split too thinly, and I would think it would allow Colin Burke finally to get into the Dáil because I think there is a strong enough Fine Gael's vote there for at least 1 seat. So I see Fine Gael's Colin Burke taking the 3rd seat. Even though Mick Barry is the only 2016 candidate standing again, I think he's under pressure. 2016, the water charges issue was at its height. I don't think it's as quite a strong issue this time round, and I've been quite impressed by John Maher's performance for the Labour Party, and I think it might be a bit of a stretch, but I still think the Labour Party could take that seat, the old Catherine Lynch seat in Cork North Central. So with 5 days to go, this is how I'm calling it. Padraig O'Sullivan for Fianna Fáil taking the 1st seat, Thomas Gould of Sinn Féin taking a seat, Colin Burke of Fine Gael taking the 3rd seat, and John Maher of Labour taking the final seat.
Okay, well that's it for today. Tomorrow we'll be looking at the constituency of Cork South Central. Thanks for listening and bye for now.